Joe Egan has stood in the ring with some of the best boxers, but John Fury has responded to Joe about potentially fighting him. Joe Egan has been in the ring with Mike Tyson of all people, and he remembers what Mike called him after their fight together. Joe stated, "When I was 7 or 8, I made my Holy Communion, and 2 of the bully boys who were 15 or 16 tried to take away my communion medal. I held on to it, and I got my 2 front teeth knocked out. When I got bullied, it was physical, and when you get an arm broken or a nose broken, the doctors would say it'll heal in a week. In all my years in boxing, I only ever had 1 tooth knocked out. The boxing ring literally was a safe place for me, compared to the years of bullying. If you're going to get battered, you might as well get battered by the best. I got battered by Mike Tyson, and I got battered by Lennox Lewis when I fought him in 1985. It was a privilege to share the ring with both of them, and it is an honor to say Mike Tyson has been my close friend for 40 years now. He visited my mother at home in Ireland 4 times. John Fury hasn't had a problem calling out all sorts of pros, and he stated, "Now I'm fit. Let's talk about some proper fighting men that have had fighting experience. Let's go. Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, all of those men in their 50s, my age. Let's have a go." In one instance, he called out Mike Tyson specifically, and he stated, "Here I am. Any man alive who wants to fight John Fury, I'm here and ready to go." Mike Tyson, what have you got to say to that, my brother? He even added Eddie Hearn to his potential list as he called him out to fight on the undercard of Anthony Joshua. John stated, "I'll fight Eddie Hearn on the undercard too for the AJ fight. I'll do that for free. If they sign the contract, I'll box Eddie Hearn on the undercard for free." According to Mike Tyson, Joe Egan wasn't too happy about John calling Mike out, and he's looking to fight him.
John Fury, you got my friend Joe Egan really mad at you, saying you wanted to fight me. And he also told me that you told Russell Crowe that he was a fraud. So Joe Egan is looking for John Fury, okay? And if I'm able to see that fight, I hope it's not in England because I'm a felon, I can't go to England. But he's coming for you, John Fury, for my honor.
Carl Froch put Tyson Fury under the microscope after Tyson pulled out of a fight with Alexander Usyk following an elbow during sparring, and he stated, "What's he ever done? Who has he actually beaten? I don't think there's any excuse for him to get cut. It never happened to me. I used to wear a face guard. No elbows can get through, so you mitigate getting injured. That's what you should be doing before a fight of this magnitude, taking massive precautions. I'm blaming his trainer. I'm blaming Tyson himself for not taking that precaution, whether you're uncomfortable in it or not. Of course, the guys are going to get close to you during sparring, but from the clips I've seen, Fury was having a bit of a push around and a move. He was looking sloppy." Of course, John Fury had to respond to Carl on Tyson's behalf, and he stated, "Video to Carl the Snake Froch. You're having plenty to say, mate, on your little podcast channel. John Fury's rung the bell for you again. Got you plenty of content, plenty of viewing figures that you were after. Listen, your mate George Grove said something very interesting. You and me, Wembley Stadium, 93,000 crowd. I'm up for that, my friend. You've had plenty to say. I have. I stand by every word that I've said. You don't like me. Let's see what you can do about it. Hater versus top father. That's what we'll call this. But it's got to make business sense. Get your people to contact me directly. Get the contracts joined up. I will fight you, Wembley Stadium, this year. Don't worry about that. John Fury will not back out of the fight with you, my friend." Carl Froch has also tried to put John in his place as he reminds him that he's still in great shape as well. Carl stated, "The Cobra's still in outrageous chiseled shape. If you stood across the ring from me with 10-ounce gloves on, it wouldn't last very long. And if you're talking about kicking me up the arse and giving me a slap when you see me, that's a totally different story. That's a roll around on the cobbles, and trust me, you don't want to go there with me." Simon Jordan has made it clear that he definitely doesn't want to see that fight, and he stated, "I've never seen a world champion have his father so prevalent in the media. Maybe, somehow, we're all responsible for this. I made the observation yesterday that I don't want to see Uncle Fester in the ring with Carl Froch. I don't care. Some of these observations, it started on a premise that Carl Froch suggested Tyson Fury's record needs to be analyzed, as he's fought 6 world title fights, 3 against against the same fella and 2 against people he's already beaten, and 1 against Vladimir Klitschko. That has now turned into the underlying narrative that if anyone criticizes a Fury, they are a hater, they should be banned, and is trying to profit off their name, forgetting the fact these guys made their money via the media because the media highlights, promotes, and accentuates their opportunity. I think it's ridiculous. John Fury has made it clear that he's ready to fight anyone at any time though, and he's made himself a bit of a character when it comes to promotions.
I'm a machine! Me! Can anybody question who I am here? If I say it, come on! We're fighting, men! My son! I'll fight him now, and I'll fight anyone in the building! No!
Even though John Fury is a real character when the cameras are rolling, according to Usyk's manager, he's very knowledgeable about boxing and easy to work with. He stated he likes entertaining and people in England like people who perform entertainment. He tries to stay in the headlines, tries to be in the videos, but he's doing his job. Regarding my relationship, I've only met him physically only once at the press conference. We shook hands, said hello to each other, introduced ourselves to each other, so it was a nice experience, and I have nothing bad to say about him. He knows his boxing, and he is a good guy. Joe Egan's call out of John Fury was actually quite respectful, considering it was to John Fury of all people.
Hello everyone. I think I got one last hurrah in me. I haven't fought in over 20 years. John Fury is my friend, and he's a good fighting man. Same as myself, a good fighting man. And I think the 2 of us would have a great boxing match. Out in Saudi, let's show them YouTubers and them Saudi royals how 2 old warriors can perform.
John Fury has made his conditions clear for a fight, and he's thrown KSI under the bus and demanded that he pay him what he's owed.
Okay, Joe Egan, here's where it's at. You're saying KSI's backing you for millions of pounds when they can't pay me 200 what they owe me. But here's one for you, mate. Tell that rat next to you, that pineapple, wire me my money across what he owes me, and once it's in my account, then we might be able to do some business. But until I get my 200, nothing's happening. But if I do get me 200, what he needs to do then is put an offer in writing to me what he is prepared to pay me to fight you. I'm not hard to do business with, mate. You know, and at the end of the day, like you say, you want to make a few quid. You know, so do I. And I'll fight anybody, like I said, when it makes business sense. So here's what they've got to do. Because I said I'd never do any more business with that rat ever. But you're there going on the internet, mate, making yourself busy. Now, it's personal, Joe. Because at the end of the day now, mate, you want to hope he does back you for millions. You're going to have to fight me anyway when you see me, ain't you?
This isn't the first time that he's demanded his money from KSI over a bet they made for the fight between Tommy Fury and KSI. And at first, John stated, just a quick video for KSI. You owe me £200,000. We had a bet and I want paying. Now, don't be like the other fella, Jake Paul. Be a man and pay your bets. You had a bet on a live podcast. We've got all the evidence there. We'll put it all together. You owe me, John Fury, £200,000. And I want paying. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.